Hello, Royals. Welcome back. I hope you had an excellent weekend. On your way in, please make sure that you subscribe, share, and comment while we're going through the live. If you're watching in replay, welcome and thank you. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. We have our show for tonight. It is case number 22, and this one is titled Soap Secrets and Secret Behavior. We have a couple of long stories for tonight and then a couple of short ones. I mixed it up. So I got some feedback that you guys are like longer stories. I've been minimizing because I'm like, who wants to listen to somebody talk that much? How dare I, right? When I'm just talking. Anyway, I'll have our co-host introduce herself and then I'll read the disclaimer and we will get started.
Hey y'all, it's Dizzy Des Delicious, and I'm in here for ya. Let's get into it tonight, honey. I am ready for action. Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Let me make sure to add the comments to the screen so that they pop up as we go. Hey, Bessie. Hello. That's my oldest bestie. That's the OG. That's the original. And I've never thrown her off a bridge. Isn't that amazing? I'm such a good friend. So let me read the disclaimer, like I said, and then we will get started and jump into the first story. So when I read the longer stories, there's come off mute when you want to and jump in. If for any reason you can hear the sirens in the background, because I hear them now, let's say a little prayer for whomever they're on their way to, because it's the ambulance prayer. Ambulance siren, I could tell. So let's read the disclaimer. Oh, Lord. Okay. The story shared on Media Madame P.I, i.e., Melanin Madam, are submitted anonymously and presented for commentary, discussion, educational, and entertainment purposes only. We do not know these individuals personally, although there was a story read and I did know the person. And, I'm an outlier. Opinions expressed are not legally, medical, or professional advice. Your discretion is advised. So if it pains you, then write one of my journals and work on yourself. I worked on myself during the journals. Hence me being able to read some of these stories. I'm telling you, sometimes when you hear shit, it like triggers you to remember some stuff you went through. Okay, study number 1. This one is a long one. This person was like winded. The only thing I did was remove like repetitive sentences. Like if they told you the shirt was green 52 times, yeah, I removed it. I can't believe how much people really write, like in for advice. Y'all remember when we was growing up, you had to actually write in something to, it was like a Dear Abby, and it would go in the newspaper, and then Abby, or let's just say it was Abby, would actually respond to you. So they had advice column. That's what it was called, advice column in the actual newspaper, and you paid for yours to be in there, and then the person would respond. Does anybody remember that? Let me know. I do. Am I the only one that's that old?
No, I remember that. I really do remember that. And I used to be trying to be the fantasy writer. So yeah, I remember that.
Right? Because I wanted to respond, child. I think I was in elementary. I'm telling you, I didn't play regular kid games. Anyway, let's get started. Story number 1. The assistant knows too much. Let's see. These are from Am I Overreacting? Okay. Am I overreacting to my husband's assistant and their relationship? Female 46, married 23 years to male 47. He works, I stay at home. 3 kids. Jay will be how I refer to hubby. Jay has always been the type to keep work and private life separate. He has made 1 or 2 close friends over his 20 plus years of work. Jay has been flirty with women, though he has been professional. He hired a female 40s divorced assistant just over a year ago, and now I'm unsure of how unflirty professional their relationship is. Let's call assistant K. I didn't realize how much they talked personally until October 2025. Oh, this is fresh. October 2025. At work function where youngest 2 kids and I met her. Kay figured out who each kid was right away. Shared how much Jay complained complained about our oldest daughter, and she was like, I feel like I know your family so well, aka hubby and kids. The only thing she knew about me was that I was just a stay-at-home mom. Just. I believed her words were, so you work? Oh no, right. You're just a stay-at-home mom. Kay reminded me on how much training she had, and that's why Jay hired her and lost and how lost he'd be without her. You guys, it's written in their words. Kay also knew a lot of his information on how we spent our summer and the details of our summer camping lot and our friends we hung out with. I also know he has sent her pictures of our lake lot. We don't share that part of our life with our parents, siblings, so why would you share it with this lady? The day after the event, I brought up my concerns to Jay, and he got angry saying that they talk at work and why should that be an issue? I said it made me uncomfortable that Kay knew so much about our private life, and I don't like that. Jay shut the convo down before it really even started. I had let it go. It was something I wasn't allowed to bring up again, though I tried. Fast forward a couple of weeks ago, Jay went to a work Christmas party out of town with different parts of the company. I wasn't worried since Kay wasn't there. I received texts during the evening and into the night. But I found out recently Kay was receiving texts as well. They were having their own convo as his party went on. Fast forward on Christmas party, Fast forward to the Christmas party in our city where we all attended in December. At first, Jay wouldn't even talk to Kay or hang out with her. I said, why are you being so weird about Kay and not talking to her? I found it sus, especially after he kept saying he was happy she was coming and couldn't wait to meet her, plus, or her plus one, which was supposed to be her boyfriend. There was a plus one, but the plans can change, right? After a bit, Jay took us to the table where Kay and others were set at. I don't like. Later in the evening, Kay made comments that I feel were a bit overstepping, like something I would say to my husband. She would look at me after she said it, wait for my reply or reaction, and guys at work that are single and that she should go after them. You know, the type of guys that are irky and no one wants to be with them. And I know that it can be, sorry, and I know that can be just friendly banter, but after the comment she had made at the Christmas party, I didn't find it appropriate. So it sounds like there's a Christmas party and then fast forward a year and it's another Christmas party. They text a lot through messages. They text a lot through iMessage or through their work private message email system. I'm not sure how much or what they say. They also talk a lot over the phone, mostly during work hours though. I don't have outside friends other than the mutual friends my hubby and I share. And we both text those friends. So I don't know how to take this assistant relationship. Am I jealous since I don't have a work relationship? Am I overreacting to her and how she treats me? Am I overreacting to their relationship? Am I overreacting to how much my hubby shares with her? Is it an actual friendship or is there a possibility something more? Am I just freaking overreacting? End of story.
Oh my. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Um, I don't know. That is a bit much. What I can say is you might slightly be overreacting, but I am a full believer in a woman's intuition. And if the
Mm-hmm.
intuition is telling you that you should be concerned, you should probably be concerned. But I do know that work relationships can get a little feisty because we see each other all day, every day. We with each other, and so although I may not mean to share so much with you, I end up because you always in my damn face because you my damn assistant. So it's kind of hard. Um, I can't call my partner every time I'm at work, just to share some things when this baby is right here seeing it happen. I'm not necessarily sharing anything. We work together. But at the same time, girl, you need some more friends and start getting out yourself. And either you get out and have a life without him as well, or ain't no or. It's just that you get out and have a life without him as well, and then see how much he likes that. That's my opinion about that.
Okay. I applied a little lip gloss because I want to cuss her out in fashion. I want to cuss her out in fashion. So here's my feedback. This is my feedback. Now I'm a real grown up. I put on my lipstick because I'm about to cuss this lady out. Listen, let's go back. This has been an entire year and she's still doing the shit. This is my problem. Let's start at the top. When you met this lady, you said that during his 20 plus years at work, he's made 1 or 2 friends. Stick with that. Why
Okay.
are you being friendly with this lady? In those 20 years at that organization, let's drop down. When this lady was introduced to you, she told you things about your daughters. You say?
Yeah, that'll
About
piss me off too.
that would have took me out right there. That would have been enough for me. And if he could not stand behind me, I'd have probably, that would have been enough for me. That's a no-go for me. You knew about my daughters. Then you respond, so you work? Oh no, right. You're just a stay-at-home mom. Just, that's a job I would never apply for. That is
And
the
that
hardest
also
job.
means, what is he telling that girl?
Exactly. And how do you feel like you have the right to address another woman and say, that's right, you're just a stay-at-home mom? That is a very difficult position. That is a position that is an honor as well. Because some people, here's the best part, don't see it as difficult because their husbands have set them up in such a way they actually get to enjoy being at home with their children and being available for their children. They are a house mom manager. They don't get any time off. So that for me, for the husband to hear that and not say anything, is disrespectful. Let's drop down to the next part. Then you guys have your parents, our parents and siblings don't even know about the part of their life that you have shared with this lady. Why does she need to know about how you spend your money and how you spend your time? Are you trying to entice her so that she knows you have money and you do things so she wants to be with you? Because I don't understand why she needs to know that. And the fact that your parents, siblings, that means nobody knows, but this lady knows? Absolutely not. Then fast forward to the next Christmas party, we wouldn't have sat anywhere near her because you should have been done talking to her by then. It is very interesting to me how disrespectful people are with being disrespectful to their spouses. You shouldn't even be cool with her. You're sending messages through iMessage and private messages through email at work. Well, the private messages through email at work should just be about work. But the iMessages, and you're texting her the whole time that you were texting your wife, you're cheating. Even if you haven't penetrated her, you're cheating. So let's go. I think so. So let's go over the questions from her because she had a lot of them. Am I overreacting to her and how she treats me? Absolutely not. And I would absolutely put her in her place. You need to learn how to snap back. That's what you need to learn. Am I overreacting to their relationship? There shouldn't be a relationship. Am I overreacting to how much my hubby shares with her? I'll leave that one to you.
Hell nah, you ain't overreacting, girl. What's wrong with you? He shouldn't be sharing anything. What is it about the men who want to save face for the friends instead of for the marriage?
Who should have never actually been in the picture to that degree, then you wouldn't have
In the
to.
first place, because there should be some boundaries because we're co-workers.
Specifically my subordinate.
I mean, you
This
is
is an
my
assistant.
assistant.
This is an assistant. You're a subordinate. So the things you should know, the things you should have been able to tell me about my kids should have been their birthdays, my birthday, special events, when he had to leave early to do something. Those are the things you should know. So do you develop that type of cushion of a relationship? Yes, because your assistant becomes, it depending on your role, especially these days, it was 2025. We don't get assistants no more that much. So if you get an assistant, you probably got a really big position. They should know those things because those are things they're doing for you. They might order that gift, make that reservation, know why you need to be out of the office, so don't schedule after this time, like those type of things. So yes, you would know things. Mhm. Last question, or second to last question. Is it in, is it an actual friendship, or is there shouldn't be a friendship? Refer to relationship question. Girl, no. Am I just freaking overreacting? No, you're freaking wasting away your life. So now let me give you advice as a wife, as a woman, uh, as a girlfriend. Baby, listen, let me tell you something. From the point where I had my first boyfriend, honey, kicking and screaming. Not my first one, that was the second grade. I won't count that one. However, the point being is you don't ever allow anybody. I wouldn't even allow my kids to get in the way of my dreams. And what I mean by get in the way is that there needs to be room for everything. That's why you're supposed to have the amount of kids you can take care of. As a husband, you're supposed to take on a wife when you can. In my friendships, I've even dialed those back. So unfortunately, when friendships fall off, I allow them to fall off. I don't, because you only have so much time, so much room on your calendar, so much room for your life. And you will find that if you have a big amount of people, you don't have time for everything. The hell, the birthdays alone will fill it up, especially once you get into kids and grandkids. Your calendar is too family. You need some time in there for yourself. You should have good girlfriends that you're going out with. If you have children, you've been in opportunities where you could have made friendships and did things on your own with the other moms and stuff like that. If your kids are of age, housewife or not, this is a really good indication, sweetheart, that you need to get a job. Even if you don't get a job, okay? Start a business. If you don't start a business, go back to school, but do something, because I have a secret. And this is going to hurt some people, but it's a secret. I'm going to tell you because I heard men say these things. Very rich white men and Mexican men. Ready? Okay, here goes. Do
Yes.
not be mad at me. This is only what I'm telling you from the spaces I have been in. And I've worked at big companies. A lot of times, the women that I saw these men cheat with were women that had something for themselves. It's very interesting that it's a double-edged sword. They love the woman to marry her that can be the wife, the mom, the at their person, right? Then
Right.
there was the woman that they admired, enjoyed being around, and things like that, right? If you guys get together and you're like college age or just starting your career, it's perfect. But as they move up, they become more intelligent, they have more power. They actually want somebody that can contribute to their life and they find it sexy. A lot of the women that they cheat with are African American women and Latina women because they admire our tenacity, our resilience, our fighting through everything. When they know that we're a single mom or came from a background that's bad and we made it and we sitting next to them, even a seat below them, they find that the most attractive thing ever. And so they will cheat with that woman and that woman fulfills them. So let me tell you how to be an at-home mom, okay? They will find it so sexy that you're at home until the kid hits kindergarten or first grade. After that, it's the belief that you're at home doing nothing. And realistically, if a single mom can do it and still do what they need to do for themselves, you kind of need to weigh it out. At least be in school. With the way life is now, start a job, do something, start a business, do something. because that is how a lot of you rich women lose the love of your man, because he is so driven and so turned on by smart women. Even if you just get the degree, because then guess what? When you walk in a room, you could talk like him, you can look like him. Um, they want somebody they could be proud of. You could sit at home and just be his assistant all day. You could do that too, but you need to contribute. If you don't contribute, all of that, I stayed home until the kids went to college. For what? They at school. Use those hours to work on you. Mic drop.
Good advice. That was some good advice because,
I'm gonna
honey,
start telling the secrets.
you gotta care about yourself, not to go through certain things. Certain things is just not okay. And I believe the standard that you should be setting for yourself should tell you the answers to all of those questions.
Mhm.
Girl, you're only asking for for some confirmation, but I promise you, what you feel is true. Your response is required, and don't let nobody play on your top like that.
Mm-mm.
Period.
Nope. Don't ever let somebody disrespect you. Always be able to respond. You need to be around more adults, honey. Or you need to watch some of these Real Housewives of Atlanta, Potomac, Salt Lake City. Honey, they snapback is everything. Okay? Because listen, the single moms back in my day, that was or at home moms back in my day, they had to stay home. They couldn't work and do other things a lot of the times with their children, because it was no resources. It wasn't as easy. Now you can go to college online. So that's my feedback. That's what I was saying. Hope it works out, honey buns. Let's see. Next story. This one is shorter. hmm This one is funny, but it's not okay.
It's
Okay,
funny, but it's not okay. I love that for me.
because people are gonna laugh, but it's not funny.
It's
Okay,
not
you guys
funny.
ready?
Let's go.
Okay, this one is called "My Trauma Was the Punchline." Am I overreacting for dumping my girlfriend after she joked about kicking me in the balls? I'm a 30-year-old male and I broke up with my girlfriend who is 28, and now I'm getting told I'm being ridiculous. When I was in high school, I was bullied by a group of girls and it got physical. Their favorite thing was kicking me in the balls. Not once, not as a prank. It happened over and over in the hallways and stairwells, and teachers weren't around. I dropped, get nauseous, feel dizzy, sometimes couldn't stand straight. There were days after where everything down there ached constantly. Walking hurt, sitting hurt, and I was genuinely scared something was permanently messed up. My parents even took me to urgent care once because the pain didn't go away. It stuck with me. Because of that, I have very clear boundaries. Jokes or threats about that are not okay. I've told every partner this, including my girlfriend. Last week we were joking on the couch. I teased her about leaving dishes in the sink, and she laughed and said, "Careful, or I'll kick you in the balls." She then laughed and said she was kidding. I immediately shut down and told her she was not funny to me. Instead of apologizing, she rolled her eyes and said, "I need to relax, and that can't still be traumatizing from high school." She said, "Every guy gets hit there, and I should be over it by now." That hit me way harder than a joke. It felt like I was being told my pain never mattered. I told her I don't feel safe with someone who knows my history and still jokes about it, then dismisses me. She said I was being dramatic and using my past to control her humor. I broke up with her that night. Now she's telling people I dumped her over a harmless joke, and some friends agree and say I threw away a good relationship because I'm too sensitive. To me, it wasn't the joke, it was knowing my boundary, crossing it anyway, and then acting like I'm weak for reacting. Am I overreacting? Thank you.
I might be shady, but hell yeah, you overreacting. If the girl
Okay.
didn't touch your balls, get over it. Now listen, I do understand that you are traumatized, but I do also understand you do need to get over that by now. Oh my God, sir. But then again, I mean, but no, get over that by now. I don't know. I don't I don't get to hold on to things, so I think other people shouldn't as well. I don't need you to have excuses to be less than. And at this point, that should have made you stronger, not weaker. And so, yes, she might have been a little shady for playing with you like that, but it was a joke, and you just went all the way left like a little bitch. And I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't have no advice for you, sir. You need to stop playing with me and grow up. Thank you.
Okay, so my advice is no, you are not overreacting because she dismissed you. Yes, you do need to heal. So it's two answers because you cannot keep holding on to that forever. Because if somebody slips and says that, um, you can't, sometimes something is going to slip out. Should she have apologized because that's the one thing you ask her not to say? Absolutely. But Murphy's Law, the one thing that shouldn't happen is what's going to happen. If you had never told her that that was something that was a trigger, she probably would never say it. That's the way life works. The reason why God keeps sometimes throwing things at us is because that's that thing we need to deal with and then move on. I'm not saying let go. I'm saying heal from it, which would allow you to thus let it go. Um, the big deal isn't that she said it. The big deal is that she didn't respond well. And I get that. What she could have said was, let me see how old she is again. 28. If she's a mature 28, she would have said, you're right. I shouldn't have played like that. However, I want you to be better. And you need to get therapy because people joke, and that's like one of the top jokes sometimes that people say is something surrounding down there for a guy. So, they'll tell you something like grow some, things like that. So I think you need to get into therapy because you've been able to go through life until 30 by telling people not to say this, and then they have to walk on eggshells and make sure that they don't remember. I'm sorry, that they don't forget not to say that. And unfortunately, like I said, sometimes that one thing you tell somebody not to do becomes the hardest thing for them not to do. So, response rejected. You should break up with her. Um, but is she telling the truth? She is. She just didn't say it right. And I'm not sure she was going to say it right because she told you to just get over it. You can't tell somebody to just get over something.
See, that's why y'all need my best friend in y'all world, because go to hell. I don't agree. Boy, bye. I'm so sick of anybody using trauma of childhood in their adulthood. Baby, unless, now don't get me wrong, we know that there's some traumas that will carry. And I get that. But that ain't
And
one of
that's
them.
why we can't overshadow somebody else's trauma because,
Well, the only trauma I'm talking about is if somebody bent you over, baby, bye.
and that's what I'm talking, that's
And
the
that's
one
the
I'm
only
thinking of.
trauma that I can understand.
But just think, what if a dude, okay, so we date dudes and we tell them no, and then they be like, all right, don't make me take it. But they're just playing, but somebody that was in that situation, that's a no go. That's
Now,
not
don't
a
get me wrong.
joke.
I'm not mad at you for dumping her. I'm not. I'm not mad at
Right.
that
But
at
he
all.
does need to like
But I definitely am mad that you
heal from
still
that.
holding on to this shit. If you don't go to hell, now yes, that was a test for her to show you that hey, she is not yet matured enough to be emotionally stable with you, because that is an emotional issue for you. Yes, I get that, but I also need you to get over it. Get over it. Heal, whatever you want to call it, but get over it. You're doing too much for yourself. And
For
and the
yourself.
reason why you doing too much is because that's something you never should have shared with that little monkey girl in the first place, because it shouldn't even be bothering you like that to share it any further. So yeah, you need to heal immediately, because that's
You
not something
definitely
you need to be carrying, because like you said, that's Murphy Law, baby. If you told me not to, I'm going to. That's how kids get beat up every day. What you mean? That's how you was getting beat up at school already. Cause you
That's why I said you've been babied all the way till 30, because that a part of being baby? Yes, because are there certain things that happen to us? We used to get our bra strap pulled and pop child go home with bruises on your back because boys is doing stuff like that. Your thing is mostly that you got bullied by girls. If you go to therapy, you're going to find that out. So what is most triggering to you is that a girl is saying that to you. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have the same impact if it comes from a male. But and that's all tied to that. I mean, I wouldn't like to know. I wouldn't like to remember that girls beat me up if I was a boy, because you should have fought back. Somebody should have been there to protect you. That's not cool. Or you should have just slung them. Let me tell you something, boys. If girls put their hands on you and you have to push them or get them off of you, I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. Be careful how you push them so they don't hit their head, the same as anybody else. But to push them, because y'all push different. So when you push her back so far that her heel break on her shoe, because they wear them in high school, or she stumbles and falls on her backpack like a turtle, that's her business, because she should have took her hands off of you. So I feel like men have the right to defend themselves. Just don't go too far.
I agree. I literally was just having this conversation with my client. Like,
Really?
seriously, yes. Because that baby said, can't no woman whoop me. And I said, what you mean? I'm slow, don't tell nobody. But that baby said, can't no woman whoop me. And I said, baby, there is women out here that are just as strong as men. And there are a lot of abusive relationships regarding women being the abuser, not just men. And so that man looked at me and said, ain't no woman finna whoop me. I said, women do it every day. He said, well, that's because he let her.
I agree.
There is no way that she should have had the strength to
I
whoop him.
agree.
He said she let her. I said, so you telling me you ain't never, so you, he was like, well, I did. And I let her.
Majority.
He was
Majority.
like, but I did let her because I was taught not to hit
To
women.
hit her
And
back.
I said,
Mhm.
now it's crazy. I might talk a lot of crap, but sir, I would never go towards a violence with a man. Like, I don't care. First of all, due to the fact, I don't really think these young men like women. They love women, but like women, not the same. And they don't like women because of these little moments of trauma. So now you got to prove to every woman that you stand your ground.
Because they don't let go of shit. So while we've been told our whole life, oh, you don't bring the past. I'm not responsible for what the previous man did to you. Nigga, you got us uh apologizing and paying for the stuff your mama did to you. So leave
Oh,
us
okay.
alone. Y'all was projecting from the first time you opened your damn raggedy ass mouth. Just
Oh, okay.
lying. Everything y'all was telling us was y'all.
And exactly. I don't like drama. I don't like this. I don't like that.
Mhm.
And every
And the
man that has
creator.
ever said that to me got more drama in his world than
The
a little bit.
creator. Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
don't understand that. What you talking about, bruh?
I don't. So let me tell you. I pulled a Bible verse for you to read, buddy. And it is Proverbs 18:14. Go ahead and read that. It's about a wounded spirit, because your spirit is wounded and you need to heal it. You need to go to therapy. It will be much better for you.
Amen.
Gonna help you. Gonna help you. I'm telling you, I have to pull a scripture for that. I'm a helper, not just a gossiper. Well, I'm not a gossiper. I'm a reader. Okay,
Well,
ready
I
for
don't
the
think
next
we
one?
gossiping. We acknowledging things y'all putting out there. But okay.
You wrote it. I find it. We read it. See there? Everybody had a role. I'm doing
Everybody.
exactly what you wanted me to do. You wanted a response. I'm just not typing mine. I'm giving it verbally. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. And then I put it on your little story. I'll be responding on YouTube. Okay. So here you go. Next story. This one is funny. Ready?
Ready.
It is long, but it is funny. Here we go. Mm. Soap ain't optional. Am I overreacting, or is it not normal to use soap in the bathroom if you are YT? I feel ridiculous even asking this, but honestly, I don't know if I'm missing something or being gaslit. I'm a Black woman and my boyfriend is white. This is the first white man I've ever dated, which is relevant because I keep wondering if I'm misunderstanding something culturally. My boyfriend does not regularly use soap when he showers. He says he rinses with water and that soap is optional unless you're visibly dirty. He will sometimes use shampoo, but body soap is inconsistent at best. He also doesn't always use soap when washing his hands in the bathroom and says hot water is enough. When I brought this up, he told me that I'm overreacting and this is a white people thing and that I'm judging him through my own cultural lens. He said growing up, his family didn't obsess over soap the way mine did, and that my expectations are based on how I was raised, not on what's medically necessary. He said different ethnic groups get dirtier at different rates, so it does not need soap. So he does not need soap as often as I do.
I know
This
you
really
lying.
threw me. Hmm,
I said, I know you lying, but
I'm not.
okay.
I'm not. This really threw me. In my family and community, soap is not optional. Your shower daily uses soap. You wash your hands and properly use soap. You can use bar soap, liquid soap, but you use soap to wash your ass. It's basic hygiene. I've never had to explain this to adult partner before. The problem is that it affects shared spaces. Our towels smell, our sheets smell faster than they should. I question his bathroom and back door hygiene because sometimes there is a poop smell when we are intimate. He insists I'm imagining it because Black people are too uptight about using soap all the time and using washcloths. He even makes fun of me for using washcloths. I have to rewash laundry because things don't feel clean. I feel uncomfortable inviting people over because I'm worried the house smells off, even if he insists I'm imagining it. Now I'm stuck questioning myself. Is this actually a cultural difference I should be more open minded about? Or is this just bad hygiene being dressed up as something deeper? I don't want to be unfair or ignorant, but I also don't want to live like this. I feel like his bad hygiene is negatively impacting my life, and I don't have any white female friends to ask. Am I overreacting for being bothered by this, or is it reasonable to expect soap to be a non negotiable in a shared home?
Is that a mic drop? Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. They got
That's
girl
a mic
coming
throw.
out. Listen, listen, listen. Hmm. It is very cultural for us to use soap, and it is very cultural for them not. Um, Mainly because they have extremely sensitive skin, so they find themselves just not caring enough to use the soap. Because I just had a lot of friends in my life, and now I ain't never known it to necessarily. Okay, I gotta watch my throat. Okay, so I ain't never known it to necessarily be like this, but I also worked with some people back in the day, and they didn't use tissue, and they had a water bottle by the toilet, and they rinsed off. They said to use the tissue would be nasty, to do that, and I mean, due to the fact that since the beginning of time, um, there was no tissue in the beginning. So I guess that's where they get that from. But I think you have to have healthy eating habits and stuff of such nature to be able to live in that type of mindset, because your bowel movement is not supposed to leave a residue. So if you actually have a residue, you're
Can we
unhealthy
just
in the
get back to talking about soap?
But
That
that's
is
the thing. It's all
disgusting.
about the soap. They don't think they're supposed to use it. They think it's nasty. They think it's more bacterial and more germs and
That's
more.
not what he said. We don't have to think nothing because this story was very long. He said, and I quote,
Oh, so we.
he said, and I quote, he says he rinses with water and that soap is optional unless you're visibly dirty. He also said he also doesn't use soap when he washes his hands. The hot water is enough. He also said that Black people overly use soap and towels. And then he also said it's optional because some people, what did he say? Some people get dirty faster than others, which is why we bathe more with soap
Sounds very
and towel.
delusional. It sounds extremely delusional, but I don't know where that comes from. Baby, I couldn't stay with nobody who was getting in my bed and then put no soap on their ass and then try to sleep with me. I know damn well you is not sucking no penis that ain't got no soap on it. Girl, you nasty too.
She's very nasty
You
because
nasty too, biscuit. You got to
she
get up
said,
out of
and
that.
I quote, the problem is that it affects shared spaces. Our towels smell, our sheets smell faster than they should. And the next one is very important. I question his bathroom and back door hygiene because sometimes there's a poop smell when we are intimate. What is the question?
There is no question. Get out of there. That is nasty.
See, you
That
went
is,
all into what you think they said, and he said it. He told us Black people
and
get
then,
dirty
as far as I'm
faster.
concerned, respectfully, your man is a racist. And how
Because
you
that should have
fucking
been the
him?
damn question. His responses.
You fucking him, and he's a racist, girl. And he doesn't feel like you even deserve clean penis. Oh my lanta, I can't take it serious. Oh my god. Oh child, I don't know what you got to say. Tell me what you feel, because I am outdone right now. I'm just thinking about everything I heard.
Um, I think that you are glutton for punishment. I think that you need to go to therapy. I think everybody needs to go to therapy, and I say that every time because that's the question or that's the answer. It's going to be somewhere in my answer if you haven't gotten therapy. Because the bigger question for me, see, the hygiene was the initial problem when I read the story the first time. I didn't notice it was a lot of he said y'all are like this and we are like this, but all you ask him is why he didn't use soap more, and he attacked you and you didn't even notice it. That's my bigger problem, is that this man is very much so a racist. He just called you dirty. He just said that you get dirty more, so that's why you need those extra things. Maybe I couldn't be with him. Okay, that's number one. Number two, there's a poop smell and you like it. Go ahead and stay with him. Does he make a lot of money or something? Is that why you're going to be with him? Because you're not going to leave him alone. You're going to stay with him. I think that you need to have your head examined. That's what I think. I don't think that you should, because you said you don't have any white people to ask this. Go and ask your Black people. Go ask your friends and your family and make sure you tell them exactly what you told us. And you make sure you tell him his exact responses and do not leave out the ones he specifically said they were racially driven and out of line. Make sure you do that. Okay. Um, I don't really care about his hygiene because I don't think you should be with him. And I think that the fact that you overlook these things is crazy as hell to me because you don't just smell, you're impacting my area. You need to go get a pap smear because you have to have bacteria on the 10. He don't even wash his weenus and you allow him to put it in you. Do you understand how you sound? Now, I
Girl,
didn't really call nobody
nasty.
dumb, but you sound all the way dumb. He does not use soap, but you are sleeping with this man.
Mm,
Does he use toothpaste?
mm.
You have a bigger problem. And I'm
Let's use
embarrassed.
tissue.
I have secondhand embarrassment of you. And I don't even know you. Mm, hmm. You're judging him through a cultural lens. It's not medically necessary. It very much so is. Ask your gynecologist and have him go with you. Dirty bird. You the dirty one. Judges don't even make no. That is disgusting. She popped up on this random. She popped up on my page. What is she talking about? It's a story I read, child. It ain't my story. But if you want to listen to it, who am I talking about? I got the story off of Am I Overreacting? So this is the story that we are sharing. If you would like to listen to it, just go back a little bit. It's there. These are real stories that people submit. Thank you for joining. Thank you for commenting. Come along or go back and listen to the other story. Okay, next story. It is a short one. You ready?
Ready?
Okay,
Okay.
here we go. This one is interesting, and it is probably going to be like a half and half split. It's one of those two answers could be it right type of things. Okay. The title is, and people that know me will laugh, A Whole Baby on Me. My husband is the hardest working man in Kentucky. For son, no. Let me start over. I'm telling you, the way they write this shit sometimes. My husband is the hardest working man in Kentucky. From sun up to sundown, he's either getting ready for work or working overtime. Issue. His check remains the same and not a nickel more. I'm not stupid. I asked him if he was cheating. He said, my girlfriend just had my son and he's in the ICU. He may not make it. Me. Good, because he shouldn't be here in the first place. I was so angry. I can't believe I said it, but I did. Husband looked at me with his eyes full of tears and stormed out of the house. That was several days ago, and he says he's not coming back until I apologize about his not here anymore baby. The baby passed of fetal alcohol or something. Apologize for what? He had a whole baby on me. I don't give a fuck about a drunk A side baby. I'm the victim here. He should apologize to me, no? What do you think? Am I the victim here or is he the victim?
Damn. I'm totally with her. And fuck you
Okay,
and your
tell me
baby.
more.
I'm sorry.
There
Like,
is no wrong answer, I guess. I don't,
I'm sorry.
that's hard.
Okay. Okay. Listen.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. If I see arguments in the
Sometimes I'm
comments,
really
they
with
won't
the
even
eye
come
for an
through.
eye type shit. You hear me? Sometimes I'm really an eye for a fucking eye.
Okay,
And
tell me the eye
so,
for an eye part.
with that eye for an eye, you lied to me. You put me in jeopardy and you created a whole nother family. And you think I'm supposed to give you any level of fucks to give? I cannot. I will not. I'm so sorry. You should have divorced me anyway. Because, son of a bitch, I'm not going to play nice with your kid. That bastard can't never come to my house.
It's not a lie.
If it
It
was.
can't.
And that's why she said what she said. He
Yeah,
wasn't supposed to be here in the first place because you weren't supposed to be there. So let's be clear. You can leave because you already left. And I'm good. And I'm real, real good. Like, I'm real good on you, bruh. Like,
so the
although
mother
I
had
have
to be drinking a lot. For the baby to have fetal alcohol poisoning, then the mom had to be drinking a lot. So it wasn't a good one. Sorry, it wasn't a
So
good
then you
woman.
wasn't even
That's
cheating on me with some worth talking about, you sorry bastard, which is why you still at home and then you want to have a temper tantrum so that you can justify being a fuck nigga. Hell no, you not wrong, home girl. Feel how you feel. Pack his shit up is what you need to do.
So the question was, I'm sorry, I forgot. What do you think? I'll tell you what I think in a minute. Am I the victim here? You are the victim. You are the victim. But I still think the way sometimes we say stuff, like, I don't think you should have said good because he shouldn't be here in the first place. You could have just said, this isn't my problem. How dare you cheat on me and then expect me to have compassion when I'm heartbroken? I mean, there's a lot of things that you could have said that could have had the same impact, but just left the baby out. Yes, I agree. I can't, ah, that's a horrible thing to go through. Your husband having a baby on you, and then you find out. You ask him if he's cheating, and then with his full chest of disrespect says, "My girlfriend just had my son." You should have left it at that. You already done effed up, and I don't understand. Now he's saying he won't come back home. Ain't he staying with his girlfriend? Why is he staying with you? Let
Why
him
you
go
want
more
him to
with his
come back home?
girlfriend. Let him go more with his girlfriend. I wouldn't want him back. That's too much. You disrespected our marriage. You've been cheating on me. You've been cheating on me and you calling her a girlfriend. You
To
went
my
through an entire
face.
pregnancy. You went through an entire pregnancy. You brought that energy back into this house. Then you expect me to be empathetic that the baby is in ICU. I can't be empathetic. I'm heartbroken. What I will not try to do is spew out anything about the baby. But you shouldn't have brought up that part because you did that to try to block some of the things that she could say. And that's not right. It's just not because you said my girlfriend just had my son. I can't say what I was like,
I'm
what would
so
come out of
sorry,
my mouth.
baby.
But
Baby.
I would actually pray to God that it would not be something that good because it shouldn't be here. Um, I get it though, because the baby shouldn't be here. But I don't think the good part belongs on there. I think you should have said, you mean a baby that I shouldn't be discussing with my husband right now from his girlfriend? That baby is the least of my worries right now. That I get. So you still said the same thing, meaning I don't give a F, but you didn't say that because once the baby gets here, that's a child of God. I don't know.
It's very
Uh,
unfortunate that she
it is
gut punched
hard
him the way he
because there's
gut
no
punched
telling how much
her.
she went through while he been over there playing
That's what I'm
house.
saying. He gut punched her. Why should she
He
care how
gut
she
punched the
said that?
shit out of
I'm
her.
sorry. I don't care. Fortunately, respectfully, the baby back with the father, the heavenly father. And we good with that. Sorry, this ain't on the baby. This ain't no speaking on the
It's not.
baby. But let's be very clear. I don't care what she said. She said what she felt because of how you hurt her. It is so okay to hurt me and I got to take it and swallow it and then watch my mouth. Fuck that.
And
I'm
then
home.
still live with you. Why you just told me you have a girlfriend and
And
had a whole
I
baby.
promise you, you don't want to come home, bro. You don't want to, and you shouldn't. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Go on about your life, cause that's crazy work to me. I can't do it. I can't be cool with it. I'm sorry. Girl, I don't care what none of y'all say.
You know what's
Respectfully,
interesting though?
F them
Okay,
babies
so the
too.
Bible verse that goes with this one is Romans 12 and 19. Read that one, Miss Ma'am, if you're watching this. Listen, if we go back to the Bible days and our vows come from the Bible, didn't they used to do all kind of things to the woman and the baby? If
Correct.
it came from,
A
that's where the
bastard.
word bastard came from. Many
Correct.
of us are bastards. It's a derogatory term, but that's what we are. That means you were born out of wedlock. Um, and not only was this one born out of wedlock, it was born for a married man. In the Bible days, they might have actually, Jesus might have took it back. I don't know.
Here.
I'm gonna have to Google a Bible story that goes along with this because I know he was not a playing God.
Well, who was it?
I can't think
Who
of it off the
who
top of
was
my
in the
head.
who was in the boat in the
I promise you that's exactly what I was thinking, but I cannot um,
what's that?
remember it all verbatim, so I don't want to mention it. But I promise you, that's exactly which one I was thinking.
I
She
want
had
to
to
say that
send
was
her baby
Moses.
away so that they wouldn't get to the baby. And I don't remember which one that was. If you guys know anything about the Bible, or you care and you're Christian, or you just want to look it up, just type that into Google and it will give you the story that we are talking about. I'm going to Google it as well because I want to remember it. But it was quite a few women that had to send their baby up the water and to other places and hide their babies and stuff like that because it wasn't the right way. So, do I think that she's wrong for saying it? I don't. I wish she wouldn't have. I wish she wouldn't have just about the baby part. All the rest and whatever you want to say about him, even if you say this shouldn't even be something I'm dealing with right now, I'm dealing with the fact that you just said my girlfriend, hard stop. Then my son, hard stop. Sir, I don't have enough to take in the rest. That's between you and the mama and your girlfriend and whomever else knew that you was betraying me with your wayward dick. That don't have nothing to do with me. Leave me out of that part. I'm gonna be in ICU in a minute because my heart is broken. So yeah, yes, you are. So to answer your questions, what do you think? We just told you. The comment even told you. Thank you, commenter. And am I the victim? Absolutely, you're the victim. You're the victim twice. Then he got the nerve to try to tell you he's not coming back home until you apologize. Sir, go sign a lease somewhere. You cannot come back here. You cannot sleep in my bed. Mm-mm.
It
No,
was
thank you, sir.
Moses. I was right. It was Moses. That was Moses' story. That's how Moses was saved to become who he was.
But I want to know why he was saved. That's what I'm saying. I want to look up stories to know why some of the babies had to be saved because some of them had to be saved because the way they were brought here was not the right way. Um, so we would have to look that up. Next story. Almost at the 1 hour. So next story. Ready?
Ready
I didn't.
because he didn't want to.
I don't remember this one. So here we go. The neighbor from hell, and this is the last one. The neighbor from hell. Couple next door are insufferably happy. I hate them. Always giggling and watching Netflix together. Our walls are paper thin, and I can hear them joking, making love, hosting parties, etc. The woman invited me to their blackjack night, and I had a great time. I felt bad about my intention to break them up. She went out of town for a few days. The morning she came back, I knocked on their door and said I heard her moaning all night. Her, I wasn't here. Me, maybe he was watching corn. But I know I heard two voices. They argued that night. He smokes in his car, and one day he forgot to close the window completely. I filled a condom with lotion and threw it in the car. I found I watched her find the frozen used condom, and they've been fighting for days. When she went to her mom's house, I slept with her man. He's sad and he misses her so much. So I told him that I saw her with another tenant and he should move on too. I'm running out of ideas to keep them apart, and I feel like he's ghosting me to try to get back with her. What do I do to keep him around?
I'm hollering. It took me all of me to let you finish that story without interrupting. Girl, I'm
I'm
hollering.
just going to carefully place the mic back where it goes. I like to leave things in their proper place where they go, especially if they're mine or not mine. I leave things alone and keep them in there.
Oh, okay. Oh, was that a sneak peek of advice? Leave things alone. Girl, you are not gonna get that man. That is not your man. And the way you went about that, why would you want to do that and think it's gonna be blessed in any form? So is this just a booty call thing for you? You really want him as your man? Girl, I don't know. But you're doing too much. I don't like it. Don't nothing good come from that type of behavior.
The quickest way these days, to get somebody to hate you to the point that they want your life, that they will do things like this, right?
Okay.
Is to smile, be happy, treat people right, work hard, and enjoy your life. Those things will truly piss people off. And it is very sad that you went to a blackjack party and instead of paying attention to see if somebody else was available or said tenant that you said she slept with, you want her man. You paid attention so much to his car that you noticed that the window was cracked. So you trolleyed your Jezebel ass back to your place to grab a condom, which sounds like it is not being used. Otherwise, you should just make water balloons out of them. And you put lotion in it and you dropped it in the car. Sadly, it was frozen by the time it was found, so they could not smell that it was your cheap 99-cent lotion. I don't like you. So, yes, the lotion is 99-cent lotion. They didn't know it was lotion because
I'm hollering.
it was frozen. You should find the furthest path to just above hell, and you should go there and wait. You should, because you don't have sense. And sadly, on here, there were people giving ideas. Because it's very
No.
interesting. It's very interesting, right? So when you think about, let's think about Brene and Akira. Brene clearly did all of those things. We saw the evidence, we heard the videos, and Akira was done completely wrong. Yet there are people that are still on this here internet saying people get cheated on every day. Why did Akira get that? When the real problem is, how come they don't offer that in my state? So let me use this energy that is fueled within me to perhaps get that law passed here. But the real reason that you were mad at Akira is because in Akira's state, she could sue for something like this, and the person actually happened to have money, which has led to a couple of more lawsuits coming out in that particular place. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a Senate there. I'm sorry, a politician there that in North Carolina that is now being sued because she was sleeping with her assistant, and the wife is suing. So sometimes it's really not that they don't like you, because she apparently doesn't like this person. What she doesn't like is that this person is happy. And instead of going to get your own happy, you want the happy that is laid out in front of you. Because if you treat this person nice, then you're going to treat me nice. You're showing me that you're a good person. I'm getting to see all of your good
But
attributes.
you're not that person, and baby, it don't work like that.
And here's the thing. This is what I want people to think about. And I mean this with my full chest, my full double D chest. I mean this. If that person is such a good man, such a good woman, such a good person, how are they committing adultery? Freely and voluntarily. Not a mistake, not a, I really hate that I'm doing this, not feeling condemned in any way, not feeling anything, but they're a good person. A good person, at the very least, would say, I would be interested in dating you. I don't want to be married. Let me get a divorce. Or an even better person, a top tier motherfucker, let me tell you what they would do. They would do what most of us do that are married, because there are peaks and valleys, right? When you in that bottom pit, the one that Joseph was in, when you're so far down there that nothing around you and everything is up there and you can't get to it, and God keeps saying, not right now, not right now, and do it by yourself. And then you get out a little bit and it pushes you back down, and God says, wait right there still. That Joseph pit, you do what your vows told you to do. You go to therapy, you pray, you reach out to the people that were in your wedding so that they can help you. You reach out to an elder. And here's the part where you start. I'm gonna make it so this gonna be some golden shit. You start with yourself, because you question yourself first. What made me fall out of love? What is going on? Why is it affecting me different? Am I overreacting? Because am I overreacting? You start with yourself. So if he was a good person and somebody you should aspire to be with your snake ass, why would he be effing with you? Here's the plot twist. That just ignited a bigger demon in you because he did. He made a mistake and slept with you and is not dealing with you anymore and is trying to get back to his person. He's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man. And you just broke up that relationship.
I mean, you a beast. You is the snake that was in the garden, girl.
That's
You is
sad.
the snake.
That's sad.
My God.
That's sad. In these days, these here times, you slept with that man and that man backed off and went to his person. But you slept with him when he was vulnerable and hurt. It's not just women that could be vulnerable and hurt because we often get a pass.
But you the reason he was
Mhm.
vulnerable and
But
hurt.
we often get a pass. If we sleep with somebody after we've been cheated on, we don't get the same feedback. If we sleep with somebody and we're in a relationship, if we commit adultery first, they always say, well, what did you do to her? Because women don't typically do that. That's a fucking lie. There are just as many women that cheat than men. Is it a reason?
I've heard a lot of
Can
stories
it be a
and
reason
gaps.
sometimes? Have I looked at some women and said, I see why you did it. I do. But that's after years and years and years and years of trying, going back and forth, doing these things. And sometimes for her, a last resort is, let me see if I actually have feelings for somebody else. Before I nail the coffin, sign these papers and send them in. Let me see if this is how I feel. I have seen that before. You are a serpent. And God don't like ugly. And granted, their relationship is not godly because they're fornicating and they are not married. You said they're girlfriend, boyfriend. I get that. But you are still responsible for your part. That's for God to do with them. And that's not your business. But you being the serpent, you may be the golden ticket that brings them closer together than ever. That's gonna break your heart when she walking out the door and they going to buy a house or something or getting married. Rewind. Moses was the only baby set down the river to be saved and raised by the king's sister. He was having all firstborn boys killed.
All the Hebrew boys, they wanted all the firstborns to die. Yeah, I had looked it up too, but you had moved on to the new story.
Thank you. For editing purposes, I would really love it. Really. Stick to the story. Call me on the phone next time. Let me see. Now, what was I saying? Well, that's it for me because I don't remember what I was saying. The questions are, is this obsession dangerous? Yes. And you probably need to be medicated and you need friends that tell you to make better decisions. Because you just threw your pussy at somebody and he threw it back. Do you use soap?
Oh.
Maybe you the problem. You don't use soap. When does jealousy become criminal? When you lie and set people up. That was all setting up stuff.
That was awful.
It was, right? Like your brain told you, and it was that cold. And in that cold, you went up the stairs, came down with that risk being seen, which means you was watching them smoke and everything. You're a stalker, and I hope they find out.
Say, baby, you was stalking. Oh wow.
She left. She went to her mom's house. I slept with her man.
How you know she went to her mama's house? Damn, you all in the business. Hell yeah, he started realizing that you was doing too much. He backed the fuck up off you. He thought you dangerous.
The same reason
he got
you went
mad at
right.
himself for even sleeping with you because you the neighbor.
Right, and
he
probably
worry
realized
about you anyway. Awful.
How did you say the morning she came back, I knocked on their door and said, I heard her moaning all night. To which she responded, I wasn't here. Then she said, maybe he was watching corn, but I know I heard two voices. You knocked on the door to tell her
Yes, ma'am.
I heard you moaning all night. That is disgusting.
Well, what she was telling her is be quiet, bitch. But she was really just starting the conversation to
Right, because
start
she knew
the
she didn't hear two voices. But
correct. She didn't hear nothing.
even if you did, that's not something you knock on your neighbor's door and say, like, what is wrong with you? Mm, mm. Okay, well, tonight's lessons are kids, kids meaning us. No kid should be looking at this. I have it set that way. Boundaries matter. Soap is for every race, culture, and everything, and so is deodorant. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mhm. And if somebody keeps telling you imagining things, but the nose hairs are burning off, it's true. Follow your instinct. You like
I
that instinct?
promise.
It just came. It just came to me. I can't be responsible for the things I say. I can't.
Okay.
It just came to me. I think it was good. So that is it for tonight. On your way out or in, make sure that you share, comment, like, and subscribe. And if you have any stories that you want me to tell, you can email them to me at talk to the number two, madam at gmail.com, or you can send them to me on Instagram and TikTok, Melanin Madam. You can just send me the link and I'll look it up. Or if it's one of your stories, you can tell it to me. High level bullet points or the full story, and I will just read it verbatim. Um, Even if it's about some of my business that you know that you think will be quite entertaining. But don't send it from a private account. Send it from yours.
Oh, messy.
Just
Just
open it.
messy.
Mhm. I don't understand why people try to fuck with me. I don't. I have moved all the way to doing content that don't have nothing to do with nobody. And the people that still made it about them. I can't
Oh
make this
my
shit up.
God.
I cannot make this up. You
I
cannot
am over
possibly
here
think you're the
clutching
only
all
person
types
on
of
this
pearls.
planet that has these problems. Everybody done been cheated on. Everybody done had a person pass away and people get into it. Everybody done had a neighbor that they don't like. Now, they don't do all of this. What I'm saying is some of these stories is to let you know, hey, we all go through something. But cheer up, pal. We can make it through it.
I know
Or,
that's real.
hey, dum dum.
I
Take it out
hate
of
dum
emotion.
dum. Look,
Anyway,
dum
where can we
dum did
find you,
it.
Des? Tom?
What? Look, dum dum did it. Anywho, I am delicious with two E's. Designs by D, and you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Lemon8. I think I'm even on Snap, y'all. Let's get it.
That is it from us tonight. Oh, I do have one more thing. I just noticed that I never took the journals from being on sale. So since I am a procrastinator and I have not put out the other journals like I was supposed to, then I am going to go ahead and leave it that way for the rest of this month in honor of my birthday. Tomorrow is officially Aquarius season. And child, let me tell you, and happy birthday to my heavenly Kasha. I miss you so much. My birthday is not the same without us celebrating it together. We split half the month because my birthday is at the end of at the end of the month, and her birthday is the last day of Aquarius season, Capricorn season, which is today. So I always told her she was my hybrid. Um, I always call her an Aquarius anyway, but we miss you a lot, a lot, a lot.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you. So that is it. Have a good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.